Page 169. Page 169. Here we go. Coordinating conjunctions. This is review. You guys know this. Easy peasy cheesy. Pumpkin squeezy. A coordinating conjunction connects the same type of words, phrases, or clauses. So that's the thing to remember. It's connecting the same types of words. Ashlyn?
It's funny. I remembered that because every night I used to just remember all the words, like say them in my head, so I could remember what they are.
Okay, well tell it since you're remembering, what are the words for fanboys?
For and nor, but, or yet. So
Wow, yeah, you've got it down. For and nor, but, or, yet, so. I bet all of you guys knew that. Yeah, we've been talking about fanboys for a while. But the thing to remember about these coordinating conjunctions, and go ahead and write them down in your book there on page 169. The thing to remember is that it's connecting the same types of words or phrases or clauses. So in other words, you can't use it to connect two totally different types of words. It needs to be the same word. Like if I said today is sunny and warm. And it is. It's kind of a nice spring day today, sunny and warm. So both sunny and warm are adjectives. But I can't put together two words that are different. Like if I said today is sunny and car, that'd be like, huh? What are you talking about? Sunny and car. Well, car is a noun, right? It's a thing. Sunny is an adjective, and I can't connect two totally different words like that. They need to be the same type of word, okay? So look at these examples down here. The first one says, well, actually, let me have Julio read this sentence and then tell me the CC. What is the coordinated conjunction? Just start here.
the princess hid the cloak, the horn, and the bag.
Okay, so where's the coordinating conjunction?
Easy. And
Easy peasy cheesy, yes. And then what is and connecting? Remember, they have to be all nouns, all adjectives, or all verbs, something like that. What is it connecting in that sentence?
um,
What do you think? What is it listing, basically?
the cloak, the horn, and the bag.
Yes. So we don't need the, but let's circle cloak, horn, bag. Those are all nouns. And the word and is connecting all those nouns. Cloak, horn, bag. Those are all things, right? Okay, so how about the next one, London? You read the next one and tell me what the coordinating conjunction is.
Um, she did not want to give them to her father or to the soldier.
Okay, good. What's the coordinating conjunction?
Um, or
Good. Or, so you see. And what this is a little bit different because remember, it can also connect phrases. So do you see what this one is connecting in this sentence?
um, soldier,
Okay, soldier, and what else is it connecting on the other side of the CC?
father,
Yes, however, these are actually prepositional phrases. Do you see where it says to her father and to her soldier? Those are actually both prepositional phrases. So sometimes the coordinating conjunction will connect phrases like that. So let's circle to her father and to the soldier. That one was a little tricky. But you're right, father and soldier are part of it. All right, what about the next one, Lizzie? Read the next sentence and tell us the coordinating conjunction.
the beautiful but greedy princess was unhappy.
Okay, so
Um,
what's the CC?
but
Good. But, and what two words is it connecting? This time it's words.
Beautiful and greedy?
Yes, you're right, because those are both adjectives. Beautiful, but greedy. So it's connecting those two adjectives on either side. So notice how CC is in the middle between what it's connecting. Here it's connecting nouns. Here it's connecting prepositional phrases. Here it's connecting two adjectives. And how about the next one? Ashlyn, go ahead and read the sentence.
She wanted relief yet refused to tell the truth.
Okay, what's the CC in that sentence?
Yet,
Good. And what do you think that's connecting?
relief and refused.
You're close. Refused is right, but refused is a verb.
Wanted.
Yes, there you go. Wanted. So it's not connecting relief because relief is considered an adjective. So remember, they got to be the same type of words on either side. So it's connecting wanted and refused. Very good. And then the next part here, I'm gonna have Julio do this. One of these. You're gonna put in the coordinating conjunction you think fits in that sentence. So try the first one, Julio.
Um, the princess slept all night but was still tired.
Good. I like that because but tells us that it's opposite, right? Because if she slept all night, she should feel rested, but she's not rested. She feels tired, and that's kind of opposite. So we use the word but. That was good. Okay, and then London, how about the next one?
Um, the king loved his daughter, blank, he corrected her.
Okay, what one of those fanboys words do you think would fit there?
Um, and
Maybe, but do you know what it means? Like he corrected her. Do you know what that means?
oh, so
Yeah, I think so would fit better there. Corrected her means that he disciplined her. He talked to her about that. Like remember she wasn't she stealing or something?
yeah.
Yeah. And so he said he was correcting her like that's wrong. You're not supposed to do that. So you're right. So fits better. He loved her, so he corrected her. And then the last one, Lizzie, what do you think about that one?
Um, the princess ate oatmeal, raisins, and walnuts.
Yes, and that works there too, because it's you're listing three things and they're all nouns. Oatmeal, raisins, and walnuts. Okay, good. That was it for the practice page. That was pretty easy. And then Ashlyn, go ahead when you're ready, read the sentence for the practice page on 171.
Since the princess wanted the three stolen gifts, she denied that she had stolen the property.
Okay, good. Nice reading. And that word denied is our vocabulary word today, and it just means to not tell the truth. So basically, she's lying, right? She's saying, "No, I I didn't steal anything." And so she's lying. Okay, that's what denied means. There's three articles. Go ahead and find those by yourself. And then Julio, when you're ready, we need three nouns.
Gifts,
Gifts, good,
yes,
good.
and property.
And property, good. Oh, I was just looking at the chat, what you guys were talking about, CC. Liz, you had an aunt with a dog named CC. That's cute. Okay, those are the three nouns. Good. And then London, what about the two pronouns?
She and she.
Good. She and she. Adjectives, Lizzie.
3 and stolen.
Good. Yes. Stolen is an adjective. And then 3 we got to fix though, huh? That should be written out as a word. Do you know how to spell 3, Lizbeth? Lizzie?
THREE.
Good. I'm just going to do it way up here so there's room, but good. How about the that clause, Ashlyn? Where's the that clause?
That she has stolen the property.
Good. Yep. Put that on top of that. How about the adverb clause, Julio? That's the Asia clause, remember?
www.asia class.
Yes.
The
Yes.
since
Yes. Where
uh,
does it end?
gifts.
Yes. Good. Right before that comma right there. That's adverb clause, AC. Good job, you guys. Now we've got subject verb pairs. So let's look for verbs. So, oh, do you have a question, Ashlyn?
Sometimes I forget to put the parentheses things next to the since, like with the adverb clauses. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That's how you mark it with parentheses. Yeah. Where are we? Let's see. Verbs. Is it London's turn? I think it's London's turn. Go ahead, London. Where are the verbs at?
Um, Denied,
Good.
stolen,
Good.
um, wanted,
Good. Yes. Excellent. By the way, oh, and there's one more. There is a helping verb. Do you see it?
um, had,
Yes, there you go. Did you guys notice that stolen is in here 2 times? It's one sentence that has stolen 2 times, and this one is an adjective, and this one is a verb. That's a great example of how the same word can be used, it functions differently depending on where it is in the sentence. And this is telling what kind of gifts, stolen gifts. But this is had stolen. That's telling us it's a verb, had stolen the property. So it just depends on how it's used. I just thought that was interesting. And then Lizzie, what about the subjects? Who's doing these things?
um, the princess,
Yes.
he and another she.
And she, yep. Because every clause has its own subject verb pair. And then this part out here, with that verb denied, it also needs a subject. So every time you have a verb, it has to have a subject with it. And that's how it is. Okay. Capital, that's pretty easy. End mark, that's also easy. And the number we already fixed. So boom, we're done. That was good. So your homework will be the next 3 pages. We're almost to the end. Actually, next week will be our, like in class, next week will be our last lesson in grammar. Anyway, I know. Crazy. We're almost there to the back of the book. So, so close. Okay. Now let's get out your binders. And I saw that some of you turned in your paper about desert tortoises. We don't have time to actually read those today. So we're going to jump into the next assignment. And I just want you to know this will be your last assignment for my class. We're going to take our time on it. So it's going to be from now until the end of May. But this will be your last big paper that you're going to write for me. I saw your hand, Ashlyn. Did you have a question?
Oh, you already answered it.
Oh, okay.
I was going to ask if what are we going to do after that, but you said we're going to do it until the end of May.
Yeah. This will be your last assignment because this is going to be 3 paragraphs long. but we're gonna just start slow with it, okay? Because it's a kind of a big story to write about. So we're gonna skip all the way to week 19. So you're gonna skip week 18 in your binders and go to week 19. Just go past it and get out week 19. This one's called Animal Racing. So that's the one we're going to work on next. Did you have another question, Ashlyn?
What are we going to do like the next week in class if we're not doing like the the we're doing the stories for a long time. Oh, are we just going to do one paragraph one week and then okay.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to break it up. So we'll see if you even write a paragraph yet. It depends on how far we get today in class, but I want you to skip week 18 and go to week 19. It's called Animal Racing. There's 5 pages that you need to get out, okay? And you need to get out a new piece of big white paper. I know you did one last week for tortoises, but we want to start with a new one because we're going to need both sides of it. So at the very, very back pocket of your binder, you should have more of those white pages. Lizzie?
Where do we put the week 18?
Week 18, you could just leave it right where it's at in the binder. Just keep it in that section. You can just leave it. It's a good question. Let me get my paper real quick. Okay. So one of these big pages from the back of your binder, do you guys all have some of those left back there? Julio?
You know, last week, the one that I lost,
Yeah?
I found it.
Finally! Good. Yay!
Done with that.
And it's empty, right? It's blank on both sides? Or does it have writing on it?
I had writing on it.
Does it have like the outlines written on it?
No.
Oh. You might need to start over then. Just get a clean one just so that you can get it ready. Okay. And then Ashlyn, I see your hand there.
What's like the next thing? It says subject of your choice.
Oh, that one we're not going to have time for. So don't worry about that one. Yeah. Okay, so let's fold the big paper first. So get your big paper ready. This is the big one. It's like that. It should be at the very back. Yeah, you're going to open it up. Hopefully you have some left. I know London's looking. It looks like Lizzie's looking too. Oh, you just have printer paper? That's fine. If you don't have any of the big ones left, you
Mine fell
can use,
out when I got it.
okay. You can use the big one or a regular printer size.
Good
So
thing
the
I
first,
have more.
you have more? Good.
Good thing.
It's a good thing. Don't lose it this time though. You got to keep it in your front pocket. Ashlyn's like, yeah. Let's fold it like this first. So it's big like this, and then you're gonna fold it like this. So it's like what I call the taco fold, where it's long and skinny like that. That's the first fold like this, okay? Long and skinny. Oh, so you need to open it up, Ashlyn. I think you folded it the wrong way.
Origami.
The other direction. Hold yours up, Lizzie. Yeah, okay, that looks good. Do you have a piece, London? Okay, did you fold it like this? Okay, and then the next fold, this is where I'm going to show you really quick. So watch me. Remember, it goes past the middle, and then the other side goes on top of it like that. Okay, so let me show you again. It's flat like this. You're going to go a little past the middle, and the other side goes on top. It folds right on top of it, so you end up with a square. Okay, 2 more folds right there. So it should look like this when you're done folding that. Yeah, that's good, Ashlyn. You got it. So the first fold goes a little bit past the middle, and then the other one goes right on top of that. Yes, good, Julio. I see it. Good job. Wait till everybody gets it. I know this is new for you guys. The reason why we use this, that's good, Lizzie. I see that. Is so that we can have, that's cool. How'd you do that? Oh, as balloons? When you did the balloons, it made your background red. I haven't seen that
It
before.
does that. I don't know why it does that.
Maybe it's because you have a blurred out background, I guess. Huh. All right. Did you fold it? Hold up yours, London, so I can see what yours looks like. Okay, back it out so I can see it. Oh, that looks good. Okay, now open it up. Everybody open it up. And put it horizontal so you have 3 squares on top and 3 squares on the bottom. Okay, so it should be 3 and 3 when you lay it down on your table. So go ahead and lay it down. So you have 3 squares on top and 3 squares on the bottom. And then we're gonna get this ready. So in the box that's on the left side, remember there's 3 on top and 3 on the bottom. Okay, so you're gonna put it horizontally. Put an A here like that. And then we're going to do a Roman numeral 1. And then you're going to write 1 through 5. Oops, 3. Hello. 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to put 4 and 5 in parentheses like that. Okay, so that just means they're optional. You have to have 3 for this. But if you find more facts that you really like and you want to put in there, you can use 4 and 5. Okay, Julio, I see your hand there.
Would it be easier not to fold the paper and just draw the lines?
No, to me, it helps keep it a little bit more spread out because you might draw the lines too close together. That's why we fold it. It kind of helps us keep everything in a certain box. So that's A. And then you're going to move over next to that and put B and Roman numeral 1 again. And again, 1 through 5. And 4 and 5 are going to be in parentheses like that. Okay. That means they're optional, but we want to put them on there just in case we need them. Okay, good. I see that thumbs up. And then obviously we do C next. Same thing, Roman numeral 1. They're all Roman numeral 1, 1 through 5. And 4 and 5 are in parentheses like that. Okay, and then finally, underneath the B in the middle on the bottom part, fused outline, and draw a line under that. F-U-S-E-D, fused outline. Okay, and then this one is going to have a Roman numeral 1, and this time we're going to go all the way to 6. 5, 6, and 6 is going to be in parentheses like that. And then we want to write clincher. That's so we can remember. We needed to remember the topic clincher rule in this paragraph, in these 3 paragraphs. Every paragraph is going to have its own topic clincher. Okay, it's just there to remind you of that. Okay, I see your thumbs up. That's good. Okay, good. And then one more spot over here under the C, possible topics. Okay, good. When you got that, I see your thumb. Good. 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 Yay. Everybody's with me. Awesome. Okay, we got that ready. And now we're going to look at what the articles that we got out for animal racing. This is going to be a good one. This is why I picked this one because I knew you guys would like it. And this is going to be summarizing multiple references. We did that a little bit last week when we talked about the tortoises. And remember, we read 2 articles that time. We crossed out one of the outlines and we only used 2 articles. And then we read about tortoises, and then you guys combined that information in the fused outline. And then you wrote 1 paragraph about the tortoises. This time we're going to have 3 articles. So we need to start by reading these articles right here. Let's see what kind of time we got. Okay, we're good on time. This is the first article. It's on page 163. And the first thing I want you to do is at the very top of this, write A with a box around it like that. Okay. This is Article A, and you're going to notice A goes with A. See that? These are going to go together. So the information that you read in Article A is going to go right here under A. So we want to make sure to keep it super organized like that so we know where you're getting the information from. Okay, so I'm going to read this article, and the other thing we're going to do is we're going to put some notes on the side of the paragraph. Remember when we wrote about Antarctica and we did that? We put like ice and we put like animals and weather. We're going to do that for these too. So I'll start off. It says, desert. Oh, this is called Animal Racing in Asia and America. Desert dwelling nomads. We know about nomads, right? They're the ones that travel. They don't have a home. Depend on camels and horses to survive. They are part of their history and culture. Camels give food, hair, and transportation to their owners. They also provide entertainment in the form of racing. In the Middle East, Arabs race one-humped dromedaries. We know about those guys too, huh? From the camel stuff we wrote about. But in Asia, Mongol nomads race 2-humped Bactrians. The largest camel race in the world is the Mongolian Camel Festival. This 2-day event was started in 1977 to help protect the Bactrian camel. It includes racing, costume contests, and dancing. To enter, a camel must be a purebred Mongolian Bactrian at least 4 years old. Over 1,000 camels competed in the 9-mile, 15-kilometer race across the Gobi Desert in 2017. Wow, 9 miles on a camel. That's a long way to go. This one is about camel racing. Okay, we're going to learn about different types of animal racing, but this first one is about camel racing. So next to that paragraph on the side, like we did for Antarctica, let's put camels here. This is talking about camel racing. Okay. The next paragraph says, camel racing isn't the only extreme animal sport in Mongolia. The Mongol Derby is said to be the world's largest horse race. It is a test of a rider's endurance. Broken bones and other injuries are common. Whoa. All riders fall many times. Oh boy. Fewer than half finish the 600-mile horse. Wow, that's a long way. Over 1.5 weeks. Riders try, go ahead and turn that over. Oops, did I get the right one? Riders try to control the half-wild Mongol horses and finish in 10 days or less. To protect the health of the horses, riders must switch to a fresh mount every 25 miles. So it sounds like they change up their horses every 25 miles. These strong, tough animals are the same breed as those ridden by Genghis Khan, the fierce Mongol warrior. He created a postal relay system in 1224 using Mongol horses to expand his empire. The Mongol Derby today covers the same harsh, dangerous ground. It is a link with the past. Okay, this one's talking about horse racing. So let's turn it back over to the front here because it started down here at the bottom. Even though it starts with the word camel, this one's talking about horse racing. So let's just put horse here for horse racing. And then turn it back over to the back side and let's put horse by this part too, because the paragraph kept going back here. See what I mean? It starts on the front page and then it keeps going on the back page. So we're going to put horse on both of those. And then there's one more paragraph. I think this is a different animal. Let's find out. It says, for Americans who want to stay closer to home, each September, thousands of people travel to Virginia City, Nevada to see the international camel and ostrich races. This event began as a hoax in 1959. That means like a joke. That's what hoax means, a joke. When the editor of the local newspaper, the Territorial Enterprise, ran a fake ad, they were making a joke out of it. This is ironic because 100 years before that, when the famous author Mark Twain was the editor, he sometimes published fake news stories for fun. Some people showed up for the 1959 race, not realizing it was a joke. The races have been held ever since. So the people thought it was real. So they're like, let's go, let's have a race. Ostrich racing is hard, but it is growing in popularity in the United States. What started out as a joke has become a tradition. Ostrich racing. Yes, Ashlyn?
Never mind. I remembered.
Okay. So next to this one, let's put ostrich. We say it, and it kind of sounds like a G sound when we say ostrich, but it's ostrich with a CH, but we say it ostrich, kind of like a G sound. All
No, ostrich.
right. Yeah, ostrich. Yeah.
The ostrich is rich.
That's a good one. That'll help you learn how to spell it, huh? All right, let's go back to here, our outline page, and we've got possible topics. I know that first one we put we put camels with an S, but really we just need to put camel because it's camel racing. So go ahead and put camel here, just without the S. Camel racing. Camel racing. Let's put that. And then we're going to put an A next to it because we just finished reading Article A, and that's where we found information about camel racing was in A. And the next one we marked was horse. Horse racing. A. That was in A also. And then we heard a little bit about ostrich racing. And that was also in Article A. So we just finished reading A, and it's in all three of those types of animal races are in A. Thumbs up when you got that written down under possible topics there. Good, good. Yes, I see that. 3 types of animal racing: camel racing, horse racing, ostrich racing. Yeah, in honor of Sawyer, we're going to go. Yeah, he's probably watching this. We just wish we had the fireworks like you, Sawyer, but we don't. All right. Go on to the next article. That one's going to be on page 165. This one. 165. And this is going to be article B. So let's start by labeling it B at the top here. B with a box around it. Okay. There we go. B. Racing ostriches, horses, and camels. And we just learned about those. So since I kind of want to do this a little bit faster, I'm not going to read the entire article this time. I'm going to show you guys how you can skim. Have you guys ever heard of the term skim before? Okay. So in reading, when you skim something, you don't actually read all the words. Ashlyn, did you want to say something?
Was the last paragraph we read animal racing in Asia and America?
The last paragraph?
Like the whole story?
Oh, yeah. That was animal racing in Asia and America.
Because
Yeah.
I accidentally put A on the one we're going to read right now, and I put B on the other one on
Oh,
accident.
you better fix that. Yeah, you better fix that. This one is A. This is the one that says animal racing in Asia. Make sure you guys get that right because you got to make sure you have A go with A on your outline. B goes with B, C goes with C. Okay. Did you fix it, Ashlyn? Okay, good. All right, so back to skimming. I was just going to explain. Sometimes when you're doing a research paper, this is kind of like a research paper, actually. All your stuff is here, but um, you have a lot of information you have to read and you don't have a lot of time to read it. You can skim to figure out what each paragraph is mostly about. And skimming means you don't read every single word, but you can read the first sentence. So like this, I would start here. Well, we already know the title, and it says ostrich racing is growing in the US, but is not a new sport. That's the first sentence. And I can already tell, I bet this one's going to be about ostriches. But what I can do is let my eyes kind of skim and not read everything, but I'm going to look for the word ostrich to see if I'm right. Is this about ostriches? Well, I see ostrich here, but I also see camel. And if I keep looking and I kind of just let my eyes go, I see American, I see Mark Twain, and oh, I see ostriches again. I see largest birds. I'm going to keep kind of letting my eyes go. I see races, and I see ostrich again. I can tell by just letting my eyes go like that a little bit that that paragraph's about ostrich racing. That's skimming. That way we can do it a little bit faster just for the labeling part, okay? So I'm going to put ostrich here next to that paragraph. It's a good technique to skim, but when you go to find information, like you're looking for facts, that's when you need to slow down and read the whole thing, all the words. Okay, Ashlyn, I see your hand there.
Do we still have to underline stuff on when we were skimming?
No, you don't have to underline when you're skimming. You'll do that when you get ready to write your outlines, and I'll show you that in a minute. So no, you don't have to. That's a good question. Okay. The next paragraph starts with, I'm going to skim this one too. It says in the Middle East, horse racing. See, I can usually tell by the first sentence what it's going to be about. I think this is going to be horse racing, but just to make sure, it says is an ancient tradition that is taken very seriously. And now I'm going to kind of skim and look for words. I see horses again. I see horses again. Endurance racing. Horses again. So see how many times we see horses in there. That's a big clue. This is talking about horse racing. And the picture shows horses. That helps too. So let's put horse by that one. My marker is not working very good. That's an O right there, by the way. Horse. And then turn it over to the back. There's a little bit more about horse right here, horse racing. So when you guys use that paragraph, don't forget to use the next one there. In fact, let's just put really tiny right here next to this part. Let's put horse because it continues on right here. Okay. And then we have a new paragraph. See where it indents right there? That tells me there's a new paragraph. We already talked about ostrich. We talked about horse. We'll see what this one's about. Back in Virginia City, the camel races are on. Hey, it already tells us in the first sentence. I'm going to check though. Do I see camel? Yep, I see camel there. I see camel and ostrich there. 3 camels. I'm going to look for more camels. Camels again, camel racing, camel racing. You see how I did that? Now I know this one's going to be about camel racing. So let's put camel on this one. So what we're doing is figuring out the possible topics and we're just keeping track. We're organizing our papers, we're labeling things. This helps so much on research. So guess what? All 3 of these, camel racing, horse racing, and ostrich racing are in B too. So let's put comma B, comma B, comma B, and that's article B. All 3 of those, they were in a different order in that article, but they were all together, that article B. All right, and then the last one, I'm going kind of fast, so if you need me to slow down, just tell me, okay? Because I want to make sure to get this all done for you so you can work on this for your homework. This is the last article right here. This one. Animal racing. Oh, no, just kidding. Hold on, that's the wrong one. We already did that one. This one. Desert racing for fun and glory. This is C. We're going to call this one Article C. So put a C with a box. Remember, A goes with A outline, B goes with B outline, and C goes with the C outline. They've got to keep it organized like that. Since we don't have much time today, I'm going to skim again. I think we can do this. It's pretty easy. So desert racing for fun and glory. Okay, so looking at that first paragraph, does anybody want to guess what, or by skimming, can you tell what the first paragraph's about? Ashlyn, what do you think?
Ostriches.
Ostriches. You guys agree with that? That's what it looks like. Yep. Ostrich. Go ahead and put ostrich. This one's ostrich racing. Are you good, London? Okay. Who wants to tell me what they think the next paragraph starts right down here, the ancient sport. What do you think that paragraph's about, Lizzie?
Camels.
Camel. See how easy that is if you just start looking at the first sentence and then checking? Yep, skimming helps it go faster. Camel. Camel. And then we're going to turn it over to the back. Oh, and it keeps going. So let's call this one camel too. This one keeps going. So camel. And then London, what do you think this last paragraph is going to be about?
Horse racing.
Yes, good. I see horse. The word horse is a lot in that paragraph. Horse. And it kind of makes sense because I see a pattern here. All 3 of these different types of animals. Camel, horse and ostrich. Okay, so back here we're going to put comma C, comma C, comma C. So all three of these animal racings are in A, B, and C. Okay, so the first.
A, B, C, D.
There you go. Good one, Julio. The first animal race you're going to talk about is the camel racing. So go ahead and circle camel racing on your list of possible topics here. Go ahead and circle that. And now I want you to put that next to the Roman numeral 1. On A, we're going to put camel racing. And we're going to put it on B because remember, it's in all of these articles. All of these are going to say camel racing. And C, camel racing. And the fused is going to say camel racing. I'll give you a minute to write all that down. So next to all the Roman numeral 1s, I want you to put camel racing. Good. I see that, Lyndon. Give me a thumbs up when you got it. Good. I see that. Camel racing. So this paper, I see that. Good. We're going to take our time and we're just going to learn how to make these outlines first. But over time, over the next few weeks, ultimately the end is going to be 3 paragraphs, but we're not going to do all that all at once. Okay. We're just going to go kind of slow with this first one. So this week for your homework, you're going to go only to the paragraphs that talk about camel racing. So let's go back to Article A. Let's go back to that one. Now I had to erase mine because I don't want to mess up my teacher copy, but this is A. A is called Animal Racing in Asia and America. Okay, and I think we marked this first one as camel, right? You guys have camel here. I want you to just put a box around this whole paragraph here. It's going to go around that picture like that, okay? It's not going to go on to this paragraph. See that new indent right there? We're not going to put a box around that one. It's just going to go around that first paragraph there. Ashlyn?
Are we going to be writing the story?
Not yet. We are just this week. All you're going to do is A, B, and C in the outline. Okay. No paragraph this week because it's going to take you a little bit of time to read everything. So, what you're going to do is remember how I told you A goes with A. For your homework, you're going to read this paragraph again. This time, instead of skimming it, you're going to read it, everything in it, just this paragraph, nothing more than that. Julio?
So we only have to do A this week?
No, wait till I get done explaining it. You're going to do A, B, and C. Okay. Ashlyn?
I already wrote that one.
Good. You already actually put words down here?
Well, yeah,
Underlined it.
yeah, I have.
Okay. So A goes with A. So you're going to read this. If you haven't, we read it earlier, but for your homework, you're going to read it again and look for those interesting facts. Remember, you're looking for what's interesting in here. And then you're going to put down your keywords, just like you do for 1, 2, and 3. And if you need 4 and 5, you can add those too. But you're going to read the paragraph only about camels from A for A. And then when you're done with that, you're going to go to Article B. Remember, that was this one. Hold on, let me show you. Article B at the top. That is the one called ostriching or racing ostriches, horses, and camels. Remember, this is B. And the paragraph about camels is on the back, right? This one. Yeah. Turn it over to the back side of that. And let's put a box around. I want to make sure this is the right one that we did right here. This is about camels, right? Camel races. So we're going to put a box around this one. Whoops. Right there. And this one says camels. You already have it written because I had to erase mine. You guys have that? Did you put a box around that paragraph? That's on page 166. That is going to go with B because we have B here. So B goes with B, and you're only going to read the paragraph about camels, camel racing, and you're going to put your interesting facts here under B. I saw your hand, but hold on a second, Ashlyn, okay? And then, are you guys good? You following me? You guys know what to do? Okay. Now go to Article C. Let me get mine real quick. C is this one. Okay. I have to keep erasing my marker because I'm trying to keep these clean so I don't mess them up. This is the one that should have C at the top. Camel races on C is right by this picture right here, right underneath it. Starts with the ancient sport of camel racing. This is where you guys have your camel paragraph here. And it goes more on the back side. In the back of that. So turn it over to the back and it keeps going. So put a box around the back side too, this paragraph. Thumbs up if you got that. Good. Yay. Good job, you guys. So this C is going to go with C. That's what I want to show you because you've got 3 articles this time. It's a lot to keep track of. But you're only going to write your outlines for A, B, and C. And then next week, we'll do the fused part together. So you don't have to do the fused part yet. We're going to do this part together. Your homework is going to be A, B, and C, but you got to read those paragraphs that you put a box around. You got to read those and find interesting facts to put in your outline. Yes, Ashlyn.
So next week we're going to make another paper for like the horses.
So next week, we're going to do the fuse together, and then we're going to turn this over and work on horses. Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like we'll just make all of these camel things, and then next week we'll turn it around and do the horse one, and then the next week we'll do the ostriches.
Yes, you're thinking ahead, but yes, that's the plan. You're right. But just for everybody to remember, just this week, you're not even doing the fused yet. We're just going to focus on A, B, and C this week. Okay. So you're going to read the paragraph about camel racing and find interesting facts for A. And you're going to read about camel racing, the box that you put around that paragraph, find interesting facts for B, and interesting facts for C. Now, here's something I want you to remember. Some information might be the same in A, B, and C. So I don't want you to write the same facts. Try to find different facts in each article. So try to find something different from A about camel racing, different in B about camel racing, and different in C about camel racing. You're still going to write them all about camels, but try to find different facts. Like don't copy the same facts in each one. Anybody else have any questions about that? So who wants to tell me what your homework is this week? Who can tell me what your homework is? Julio.
To do A, B, and C about camel racing.
Very good. And how do we know where to find the information for A, B, and C? Who can tell me that? Or you can tell me, Julio, if you know.
From the paragraphs.
From the paragraphs that you put a box around.
Yeah.
For A, Article B, and Article C. You guys got it. Good job. Okay, that's it for today. So next week we'll do fuse together. So don't do that yet. Just do A, B, and C and your grammar. And then I'll see you guys next week. Good job today. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good week. See you next week.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye, Julia.
Bye.
Bye, Julia.
Going to the moon.
Woohoo! Don't float away. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.